Guest of honor, the General Secretary, Ministry of Education and Sport, the Bishop for the Diocese of Kitgum, the Right Reverend Wilson Kitara, the members of the Board of Governors, the PTA executives, and all the PTA executive, ladies and gentlemen in your dignified social status, good afternoon. Youth MP representative coming 2026. It is with great pleasure and privilege that I welcome you to this marvelous occasion where we shall officially hand over our various posts of leadership to a new set of leaders. Thanks a lot, my dear friends in the academic struggles, for the trust endowed to us to represent you and the maximum level of discipline and cooperation you have shown us from the dawn of our regime till its dusk. It wouldn't have been a success without your support. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me again to send another bucket of orchids to the various stakeholders for their various supports that they have given us during our regime. Special appreciation is awarded to our dear warden and matron and teacher, Madame Santina Blue, from wherever you are, for your motherly and spiritual nourishment. May the Almighty grant you long life so that you live to see the zenith of our success. Our beloved patron of prefect, Mr. Oponya Walter, for all the efforts ventured in our regime. Our mentors, teachers, the school chaplains, and our parents for their encouragement and motivation. You have toiled and moiled unrelentingly just to harness us to our best. We are really grateful and proud of you. Our dear guest, it's a blessing to have you here, and it is such an encouragement to our future careers. Ladies and gentlemen, we began our regime on 24th of July last year with a lot of zeals, and we enthusiastically met most of the goals and aspirations of our people. We have made giant steps in our endeavors to brighten the life of everyone in this school. We have built a firm foundation that started our regime from the genesis of our regime to its prime. Under our regime, student leadership, student discipline deepened and blossomed to its full maturity, to an extent that we had almost no disciplinary case to handle, of which it is a great achievement. I kindly request the students to remain with the same spirit so that the next regime can flow on well. Additionally, my cabinets behaved themselves well and upheld the school rules and regulations to an extent that we had no serious demotions of key position prefects. And the hard work of this prefect with their solidarities have enabled us to achieve tremendously, as per our slogan, tremendous achievements through solidarity. In our external affairs, we form a broad-based regime by laying foundation for reconciliation and harmonious coexistence with other schools. We were very instrumental in forming Kitgum Integrated Student Leaders Association, KISHLA, the first of its kind within the district, which shall be a core in advocating for students' welfare within Kitgum district with the hope of extending it beyond. To the incumbents, the mantle of securing your career and leadership lies in your hands. It demands a high level of self-esteem, perseverance, and relentless sacrifice. Though it might be replete with challenges, it is full of hope and promises at the end. Our dear guest, I'm grateful to inform you that we completely balanced our leadership with our greatest priority in this school, of which is none other than our academic performance. And I promise that come next term, we are going to do our best in our final papers. Finally, thank you for the opportunity to lead you to the future. Our dear teacher, we are passionate and determined to learn from the examples you have shown. Your ever-reanimating love and steady stewardship has kept us in shape, rekindling new life within us every other day. Thanks a lot for being our inspirations. We promise to make you work head high. Education is self-defense. Long live Okot Memorial College. I wish you a wonderful and a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of Honor, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Sports, my Lord Bishop, Desk Officer, Ministry of Education and Sports, the Mayor and Technical Staff, Kitgum Municipality, Board of Governors and the PTA Executives, the head teacher, teachers, our dear parents present, the incoming and outgoing prefects, and my fellow students. I salute you all. My name is Abe Fiona Okelo, a student of Senior 5 Science, the newly elected head prefect of this mighty school. I welcome you all to this wonderful occasion. As a newly elected head prefect of this mighty school, I thank you for sparing your time to come and join us in this celebration. It's a day filled with joy and happiness. As I am still new in this office, I hereby promise to you all that I will perform my duties as the head prefect of this school. And I also request your support, cooperation and guidance to me and my fellow student leaders so that the school can run smoothly. Since this school is run by two bodies, that is the UNSA body and the Central Prefects body, I promise to work hand in hand with the UNSA executives while following the guiding principles of the school rules and regulations, as well as the staff members, for the betterment of our stay in the school. God being our helper. I say all this for God and my country.
Thank you so much
for today's function. My Lord Bishop and the team, Desk Officer, Ministry of Education and Sport, Mayor and the technical staff, Kitgum Municipal, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ofonya Walter, a patron student leadership in Okot. I take this opportunity to welcome you for this function. I am really very grateful at this moment to give this speech, especially to student leaders. I hope my speech inspires everyone to be a good leader. First of all, I want to say that a leader is someone who is characterized by many qualities like teamwork, hard work, being calm, being selfless, and can help. A leader is someone who always thinks and questions a situation to bring solution. A leader never follows the people he leads, but he or she is the one who is followed by people because of his or her ability to create an impact on the people. Great leaders in the past, such as Nelson Mandela of South Africa, Barack Obama of the US, and so many others we have in this country, have always thought of the greater good of the society. They have always led by examples and have always directed people in the right direction. The qualities found in leaders are not formed within a day or week, but they are cultivated through years of hard work, patience, and learning from failures. To conclude, I want to say that great leaders are not born great, but they make themselves great by being selfless. They always think about the bigger picture and will always try to help people who are in trouble. To be a greater leader, you need to be a good human first, by showing kindness to every living organism around you and the others. You can also as well be a great leader by cultivating these habits. By this I want to say, thank you very much, the outgone leaders, work well done. For the incoming leaders, I wish you a good liberation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. your congratulations for your good work done.
The rest will be given by the head teacher. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulate you, Richard, and we ask that you do even better. Yeah, but thank you so much.
The next certificate is to be awarded to Mr. Ochen Christopher. This certificate person to receive certificate is Akerowa Patricia Oling. The next person to receive the certificate is Ayo Barbara Sani for her distinguished service as Secretary Women Affairs, Uganda National Students Association for the academic year 2022-2023. Please hurry up. Ladies and gentlemen, there we end.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Sport, my Lord, the Bishop of the Diocese of Kitgum, and all the clergies here present. The Principal Education Officer, the Lord Mayor, Kitgum Municipality, the DPC, Kitgum District, the Chairman, Board of Governors, and members present here, the Chairperson, PTA, Okot, and your executive members, heads of various institutions here present, staffs of Okot Memorial College, representatives of all students of Okot Memorial College, parents, incoming and outgoing prefects, the students' body, all invited guests in your different capacities, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by expressing how delighted I am today to see you here, our guest of honor, for leaving your busy schedules and sacrificing to be here to attend this function. On behalf of this great assembly of men and women before you, I officially greet you and welcome you to Okot Memorial College. We remain thankful to you for accepting our invitation to come and preside over this important occasion. Your presence here today, guest of honor, is a manifestation of love towards the education of the girl child at Okot Memorial College and Uganda at large. Before I share with you what I have in my mind, Permit me to recognize the following people who are here with us today. In a special way, I welcome the Bishop. Thank you, my Lord Bishop, for taking time off your busy schedules to attend this occasion. I also recognize and welcome the Commissioner, Mr. Dungu Ronald, the desk officer in charge of Acholi and West Nile region, who has come together with the permanent secretary. Sir, we do appreciate your coming. Let me recognize the presence of the DPC of Kitgum District, the Mayor, Kitgum Municipality, the District Education Officer, and the Principal Education Officer, and Honorable Councillors. We also recognize the presence of heads of other institutions here present. We further recognize and welcome representatives from our sponsors who are sponsoring the needy children in this school. I take this honor to recognize the chairperson and members of the Board of Governors of the school. May I also, with great honor, introduce him, and that is none other than Mr. Oluoro Jackson Bride. Sir, we do appreciate your coming here. Our dear guests, we have invited you here to be with us as we share our success stories and the challenges we are facing. We are thanking the Lord for the gradual improvements in our last UCE and USC examination. At least 12 students scored Division 1, with one girl scoring aggregate 13 for 8. 2 of our students were admitted at Tugulu and Makerere University, respectively, on government quota system. This is a positive development that needs to be appreciated so that the current candidates can be motivated to do even better. We have also come here to thank the Lord for our sports girls. Okot Memorial College is well known for excellence performance in sports, winning many trophies. This year alone, we won 3 trophies. It is our pride to inform you, our guests, that last year, 2 of our girls went to represent the country at the East African Games. 2 qualified for the African Games that was held in Morocco. 2 were meant to go for Olympic in Brazil, but something went wrong somewhere and they did not go. This year, Okot is the district champion in football, athletics, and debate. We won 3 trophies. We want to thank the Lord for good health. The good Lord has protected us and has kept us alive up to date. More importantly, we thank God for the students' enrollment from Senior 1 to Senior 6. We also want to thank God for the gift of children in the community of Okot. This year, God blessed us with 4 children from Miss Anna Geno, Adama Jock Dora, Achayo Joyce, and Ola Innocent Dennis. We also want to thank the Lord for the sacrifice that the parents made towards the construction of the multipurpose hall, which will be handed over to the school by the contractor soon. We want to thank the Lord for the act of service given to our students, the outgoing prefects, who were able to sacrifice to lead their fellow students for a period of 1 year. Many were commissioned today to lead others for another term in the office of the student leadership. Last but not least, we cannot forget to thank the Lord for the teachers and support staff of Okot Memorial College, who have made great sacrifice for our children. They teach and work day and night to see that our learners succeed in their efforts towards future careers. Dear guests of honor and invited guests, Okot Memorial College, as we all know, is an O and A level school for girls and it's government aided. The school became an entity in 1981. It was then named Okot Memorial College in memory of the late Okot, the Chief Inspector of Schools, who was killed by firing squad during Amin's regime, the dictator president, in the mid-1970s. Being the only O and A-level government-aided boarding school for girls in East Acholi, it has been serving not only Kitgum district, but also communities of the sisters districts of Lamore, Agago, Pade, and even districts of West Acholi, such as Gulu, Hamoro, Nwaya, and Omoro. The school has a population of 850 students, 51 teaching staff, and 28 non-teaching staff. Of these, only 33 teachers and 2 non-teaching staffs are on government payroll, while the rest are PTA paid, leaving a big burden in the hands of the parents. The school also has a fair learning facilities with adequate classrooms, science laboratories, but there is need to expand in the area of ICT laboratories and classroom. Currently, the school does not have an administration block which can house the office of the head teacher, the deputies, the bazaar, the staff room, teachers' resource room, and the board room. The need to build an administrative structure and expand in the area of ICT laboratories and specialized project rooms like the geography room, arts room, is now more urgent than ever. We hope your coming here today will open for us a new window of opportunity to benefit from the government projects like the current program for rebuilding and renovating traditional schools. We request your good office to bring to the attention of the government of Uganda the need for an administration block in Okot Memorial College. Our dear guest of honor, like any other government-aided school in the country, Okot Memorial College is faced with a number of challenges. One, the impact of salary enhancement for science teachers. This has caused a silent rift between arts and science teachers in secondary schools. We used to be under one umbrella organization, UNATO, but now science teachers have formed their own association. Science aid teachers and deputies have also formed their own association. We are no longer working as a united force. Arts teachers are demotivated because of performing the same work with less pay. This is likely to impact negatively on the content delivery in the classrooms. Students' enrollment in arts combination has also declined, yet art subjects are still relevant to the case of Uganda. For example, there are portfolio and ministries that need art subjects. For example, the judiciary and many others. We therefore kindly request the government of Uganda through Ministry of Education and Sports to enhance salary of all teachers. Our dear guest of honor, the Ministry of Education and Sports, through the National Curriculum Development Center, reviewed and rolled out a new lower secondary curriculum in 2020 in a phased manner, and the pioneer of this curriculum are in Senior 3 this year. The challenges of implementing the new curriculum are many. Training and retooling of teachers which was done was inadequate in many schools. There are teachers who have not attended training at all. The teaching and learning materials have not been delivered timely. The current Senior 3, for example, for the whole of Term 1 and part of Term 2 had no textbook. There are other subjects whose books have not been delivered up to date. The methods of assessment by UNEP has not been clearly developed between UNEP and NCDC, especially on the 80%. And because of that, most of our teachers do not know exactly how exams on the new curriculum will look like. This has made teaching and assessment a bit complex for our teachers. On project work, which contributes 10% of the pass mark, there is no standard format developed by National Curriculum Development Center and even UNEP on how this project should be done. Different schools and different teachers are doing projects in different ways. It is our humble request that Ministry of Education and Sport supports head teachers in the implementation of the new curriculum. Our guest of honor, the challenges of educating the girl child is a fact of life. Girls need adequate infrastructures, facilities, and resources for good hygiene. They are vulnerable and need to be supported in all ways. We hope you are coming here today will inspire many girls to grow ambitions to become future engineers, doctors, architects, teachers, permanent secretaries like you and many others. Let me thank in a special way the parents, teachers, and the students for the heart of gold that you have for our school. Finally, our guest of honor, may you convey our appreciation to the government of Uganda and more particularly the Minister of Education, Mama Janet, for every good things that we continue to enjoy through the hands of the government. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you, the Permanent Secretary, for coming to YY. I certainly cannot thank you enough for all that you have done for the school and for your time. It has made us what we are now. May you also convey our greetings to your family when you go back tomorrow. Education is self-defense for God and my country.
The Bishop of Kitgum Diocese, all religious leaders here assembled, the chief guest, who doubles as the permanent secretary and the accounting officer, Ministry of Education and Sports, the desk officer, Ministry of Education and Sports, other officers from the Ministry of Education, the political leaders at various levels of the district, the chairperson, board of governors and PTA executives here assembled, the head teacher of the school and the teachers of YY, the gallant students of YY Okot Memorial College, not forgetting their parents, ladies and gentlemen. On my own behalf, on behalf of the entire leadership of the municipality local government, I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to congratulate YY Okot Memorial College over this very, very important once in a year occasion. Thank you very much, YY Okot Memorial College. Secondly, I want to thank our dear Bishop and all the total evangelical team of the Diocese of Kitgum Church of Uganda for making it a top priority to participate in this event. Thank you, my Lord the Bishop. I will not forget to thank the Permanent Secretary and the entire leadership of the Ministry of Education and Sports. It is not easy to meet the Permanent Secretary of any ministry at a distance of a stone throw. This is my second time of meeting her in the last 2 years, the first time I met her in our boardroom, in our chambers in Kampala, Parliament Avenue, and this is the second time. So, Madam PS, we don't take your coming to YY for granted. We are indeed honored. May you clap for the PS. May you clap again. I think this is the first time we are meeting a PS of a Ministry of Education in the last 2 decades in YY Okot Memorial College. I beg to be corrected. I beg to be corrected if I've made mistakes, but this is the first time YY Okot is meeting an accounting officer of its own ministry in the school. We are indeed very honored. For those who may not know, the PS is a daughter of the soil. She just comes from Lumule, just near here. So you can rub shoulders with her as a sister and as a mother. She is a daughter of our own granddaddy, Livingstone Okelo, the former MP of Chua County. So having our own daughter in the top bureaucratic docket of the country, we are honored. We are honored. The PS, we demand, as your brothers and sisters, we demand that you use your ministry constructively to do everything it takes to make YY grow. Everything it takes. And this is emanating from the people of municipality. I'm requesting you, PS, and this request, don't take it lightly because it is a directive of the people of Kekun. We are grateful for the political leaders here for coming. I want to say this. As we congratulate the PS, we cannot forget about the Bishop and his team. Bishop, your sermon was exquisite. Was truly of a daddy, of a granddaddy, of a religious man. Dear daughters, please, take the words of our own bishop with the right seriousness it deserves. A teacher, our new A teacher. A teacher, thank you for accepting deployment to YY. A teacher, we strongly believe you will do wonders to this Gayaza or Nabingo of East Acholi. I have not interacted with you before, but from your presentation enough, I was capable of assessing your competence level. It is above 80%. Please maximize your competence to unite the staff of YY Okot so that we deliver. To my staff, all the staff of YY Okot, YY Okot has an assortment and a conglomerate of heavily qualified teachers. Heavily qualified teachers. And Madam A teacher, if you can competently use these heavily qualified teachers, I think first grade will elevate from the 12 you are talking of to 60. They can deliver their best to the students. With that, from 2024, we are likely to get 40, 50 first grade and sincerely compete with schools like Nabingo, Namagunga, King's College, Bodo, Uganda Matters, Namugongo, and others. YY students are one of the best students, the most disciplined students on planet Earth. Your discipline is unquestionable. Your discipline is completely unchallengeable. Please maintain that discipline. Cases of Molochiel jumping over the chair is not at these days. Those are issues of the past. No more Molochiel in YY. To my colleagues in the Board of Governors and PTA, we have a combination of a properly constituted and competent Board of Governors and PTA. When I sat in the tent with the PS, I tried to make my visual observations, and I was made to understand that project which is a multi-purpose hall, is a brainchild of the board and PTA. How much did it cost? How many millions? 230 million. This is great for YY. We have been having boats in YY Okot since 1980. But I think this is one of the best boats YY Okot has ever had since 1980. Because I see the competence of a board via Mwamagiano Timo. Okay? You measure the mayor via Mwamagiano Timo. You measure the board and the head teacher via Mwamagiano Timo. This project is just too good. Can the students, can you clap for the board? And only 230 million. Only 230 million. Kai no kama dukuo tie ye no ke wani 500 million. Kane no kama dukuo tie ye ati no wache ni million mi abi. No be an chwa ni million mi abi. Dukuo pe why. So we are grateful for PTA and the board for policy formulation and management, and for effective supervision of the head teacher and all the technical staff in YY. I'm asking the board to do much more. I'm asking the board of YY to do much more and initiate more projects of this magnitude. You can even build the head teacher's office. Why not? You cannot wait for everything from the central government. The head teacher the board can initiate a project of construction of an administrative block. Why not? Formulate a good policy and see what you can do for the betterment of YY. I am asking the board because I strongly believe we have a number of refugee children here in YY. Madam head teacher, do you have a proper statistics of refugee children in YY Okot? How many are there? Madam head teacher, how many are there? Refugee children from Sudan, how many are there? I believe there is a significant number of refugee children here. I can estimate 100, is that correct? No. Or 50? No. Or 20? Yes. Even 20, that is still significant. With that number, assuming we have 20 refugee children in YY, through OPM and Ministry of Disaster Preparedness, we can initiate a project for construction of a dormitory or any facility through Minister Onek, and it will come. Don't just sit. Because I believe the Sudanese are benefiting from the services of YY Okot Memorial College. Yes, through OPM and through Minister Onek, we can initiate a move that we can see a multi-million shillings facility constructed here through Dr. Deep, Development Response for Displaced People and Internally Displaced Persons. Madam Head Teacher and Chairperson Board, let us explore. Kitgum Government Hospital has already got something because refugee children come to Kitgum Government Hospital. Why Okot is top in the radar. Dear students, we need to work very hard. The bishop has said it all. The bishop, my Lord, has already said it all. We need to work very hard. Education is self-reliance. Education is self-defense. But I would add that we build for the future. The education here you are getting is purely for building for the future. And that's the motto of the prestigious Makerere University. You are here to build for the future. Everything you are doing here is purely to build for the future. I was like you some years in 1999. I was like you. 1990, I think I was in senior one. In Dr. Bote College, I was senior one. So I built for the future. And now you can see how huge I am. Because I built for the future. You need to take education quite seriously. And there is no economy on education. The last thing you should economize on is education. This one goes to the parents. YY is relatively a very cheap school, very cheap. I think boarding facility in YY is less than 600,000. Very cheap. Most standard schools like YY go for 2.5, 2.7, yes. 2.2, 1.8, yes. So making YY one of the cheapest fast schools in the country. So you should and in the process, if you are supposed to build for the future, you must avoid pregnancy. Go down with 100 meters, kaki tayo okay line, don't pay bitiaro. You must avoid pregnancy. That means you are not ready for sex. I repeat, you are not ready for what? Sex. You are not ready for what? Sex. And since you are not ready for sex, you should avoid HIV/AIDS. Because once you get HIV/AIDS now, you are off track. We know Wakwana book chemistry, don't pekwane. Then you see death ahead of you. Are you picking me? You should avoid what? You should avoid sex, and by avoiding sex, you will have avoided the capital city of HIV/AIDS. Because that is where it lives. And that means you should permanently abstain from sex until you finish your university or diploma education. Let me focus on the permanent secretary. The permanent secretary, it is rare for you to come at the grassroots. Let me use this opportunity to request you religiously so that you can use your technical docket to help where you can. One, YY Okot Memorial College need more logistics and project support. YY Okot Memorial College needs more logistics and project support, as alluded by the head teacher and the chairperson board. Secondly, YY Okot need more teachers on the staff payroll establishment. Madam PS, you can do ijago ikwani mo mergi tu ajumani ijago borukan kwani mo gitung kisoro jago borukan kwani mo gitung Kampala essays borukan kai bola boro no wrong. Any petit terre, no, never truly work yelling in Paul Wing. In the Panero Janamo, in the mere power and authority, Mathieu Cameron, power and authority. Jackie want to point a borrow, and in any case, within 4 months from now. I think it is possible. This is not too much. This is possible. The mere power and authority. Madam Pierre Cameron. Thirdly, Madam PS, our DOs and our district education officers of Acholi sub-region and the district inspector of schools need to have a special moment with you. The DOs and the district inspector of schools and the municipal education officers of Acholi sub-region want to have a special meeting with you at an appropriate time. Madam PS, you remember our Kitgum PTC was reconstructed some years ago with a grant of over 1.2 billion. Unfortunately, the said facilities in Kitgum PTC are considered dilapidated and condemned. Madam PS, it is important that you consider some special fundings to revamp and rehabilitate Kitgum PTC, which is now offering diploma courses. By the way, this is now our mini university, Madam PS. The nearest mini university in Kitgum is Kitgum PTC. We need some great support. Why Okot has been disadvantaged for a long time? It doesn't have any moving track. It has some bars which is now in a sorry state. Madam PS, is there a possibility of donating a Tata truck to improve on agricultural activities in Okot Memorial College so that it can become self-reliant institution? Madam PS, Kitgum PTC have a lot of challenges. One of them is it has a lawful land acquired by government, but that land is always under threat of the neighbors. The government of education, through ministry, the government of Uganda, through Ministry of Education, should make a clear pronouncement and demarcation of the entire land size of Kitgum PTC so that it avoids unnecessary local encumbrances. Madam Permanent Secretary, we have a lot of parent schools in the municipality and in the district. A case in point is Child Care Primary School, one of the biggest primary schools formerly initiated by Irene Gleason, an Australian donor. The school has a population of over 1,500 pupils and a teaching establishment of almost 50 teachers. We applied for grant aiding and coding of this school some 2 years ago. To date, Child Care Primary School is not yet coded. Madam PS, we are requesting you to do whatever it takes within your means to make sure Child Care Primary School is coded and grant aided. Madam PS, some 1 or 2 years ago, we acquired a land title of Boma Ground. Boma Ground is the only first-class playground recognized by FIFA and even FUFA in East Acholi. We have a 6 acres land with a land title. And sometimes you requested us to forward to you and the Ministry of Local Government the land title of Kitgum Boma Ground for possible onward management, especially construction of a stadium. Madam PS, to date, we have not had any news about any development as far as Boma Ground is concerned. We are requesting you, Madam PS, to look at the issue of Boma Ground with an eagle eye. Madam PS, a parliamentary constituency like Kitgum Municipal Council has 3 divisions. And according to the standing policies at the Ministry of Education and Sports, each division should be having a seat secondary school. We have Page division, Madam PS, it doesn't have a seat secondary school. You are seated comfortably in Page division right now. This is Page division. I don't know whether the presence of Okot, which is a girls' school, suffocates the presence of a seat secondary school in Page. I don't know, that's a technical matter. But let me speak for Central Division. Central Division has no seat secondary school. Then Page Division, Panduang Division equally has no seat secondary school. Madam PS, I want to authoritatively tell you that we have acquired a land title with a land size of 7 acres. We have submitted the land title to your able ministry and to you as well, Madam PS. A geotechnical investigation of the said land was done by officers from the Ministry of Works and your ministry. Surprisingly, in this financial year, Panduang Seat Secondary School is not appearing. Madam, I'm not praying, I'm not requesting, I'm praying before you that you consider inserting the issues of Panduang Seat Secondary School in the 2024-2025 budget without fail. Yeah, when you see me talking with power, I am talking for the people of Kitgum Municipal Council. They are 75,000. It is not me speaking, it's the people now speaking. Madam PS, lastly, we are extremely grateful for you. I made a number of prayers and requests, and indeed I made it respectfully. Madam PS, with your indulgence, I request you kindly, as a daughter of the soil and a top bureaucrat at the Ministry of Education, to consider some of these pressing concerns the people of Kitgum have given to you. I say all this for God and my country.
East Chole, Agago, Bade, Kitgum, Lamoa, and even the municipal. We have over 10 post-primary institutions. My one request through the desk officer that many of these schools have acting deputy, acting head teachers, board appointed deputy, board appointed head teachers. To make matter worse, they are performing much better than the substantive deputy and head teacher. That is the truth. I don't know, when you appoint them, then they become relaxed. At this point, maybe they are working hard so that to be appointed. But nevertheless, it is in human resource. somebody to be appointed acting deputy, acting head teacher, or given the chance and opportunity by the board, the ministry also recognizes, and then the wave comes and this passion is completely dropped down. It demoralizes, as my mayor has put it. It's not very good. My humble request is this acting, whether by the ministry, by the board, I want to borrow the eagle eye, mayor said, please look critically that if it is my power and authority, I would have said let there be, they become automatically appointed to be in those offices. Try to find from your research, they are doing very well, they are doing so well. Generally in this area and elsewhere. So that is the request I want to make. It has procedural and other things, but please consider these people, not to demoralize them. Time to come, let them now be confirmed in this position. Praise the Lord. Guest of honor, my task was just to give you the platform. I hope microphone is there, even if not.
Thank you very much, my Lord the Bishop. And I want to thank everybody that has spoken before me. My Lord the Bishop of Kitgum Diocese, the Reverend Wilson Gitara, the district chairperson or representative of the district chairperson, the mayor of Kitgum municipality, I thank you very much for your very, very good remarks. I was talking to the head teacher and advising her to invite you regularly to speak to our girls, because the things you have spoken are very, very pertinent and they need to hear them regularly. The Chief Administrative Officer, Kitgum District, or his or her representative, the Chairman, Board of Governance and members of the board, the Chairman or Chairperson, Parent Teachers Association and members, the host head teacher and your team, other head teachers present here, the Principal Education Officer, who is also the desk officer from the Ministry of Education and Sports, other government officials present here, parents, friends and well-wishers present here, all Students Association members, distinguished guests, our very dear student leaders and students, all students at the college here present today, ladies and gentlemen. It's my very great pleasure to join you in giving thanks to the Almighty God for the blessing of YY Okot Memorial Girls' School. Allow me to convey greetings to you from Mama, the First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, and the entire team at the Ministry of Education. In a special way, allow me to take this opportunity to thank my Lord the Bishop of Kitgum Diocese for gracing this occasion on behalf of the Anglican Church and other religious leaders too for honoring this occasion. My Lord Bishop, I thank you very much for the message. You have spoken everything that any of us at the ministry could have spoken to these girls. And I observed that the girls were listening very attentively. I have attended very many functions of this nature, and I already communicated to the head teacher that this is the first school that I have sat and there was total attention to the proceedings of the day. There were no mamas, no groups of girls talking and laughing here and there. There was total silence when speeches were being made. So I want to commend the head teacher and the management of this school. And also the students. I think we should clap for them. They usually clap for us, but we should clap for them, because I've seen something I've not seen. So my special recognition to the students of this school for that. It is a sign of discipline, and when I heard that there are no disciplinary cases, it is visible. There is evidence to that by the way that they have behaved from the time I came in. So I thank you so much. Dear students, continue with the way that you're managing your lives. The ministry treasures the collaboration with the Church of Uganda and other religious affiliations as the foundation bodies of various schools under the sector, including this very, very great school, Okot Memorial. We thank you for the key role you play in education service delivery. I congratulate the fraternity of Okot Memorial College for honoring God through this Thanksgiving ceremony to celebrate the school's accomplishments in the past academic year and dedicating also new student leaders. The ministry indeed recognizes your significant contribution towards provision of quality education and sports for all, especially in educating the girl child, infrastructure development, and promoting sports. We recognize some eminent sports persons. There was a young girl that we recognized, and she indicated that she wants to be a coach. And I was very, very impressed, because these are the things that the lower secondary extent of the Republic of Uganda in transforming education in this country, as well as the well-being of the girl child. I also wish to thank the First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports for the continued commitment to support girl child education in the country. Empowering girls and providing them with access to quality education is crucial in addressing social, cultural, and economic barriers that curtail them from attaining their full potential, such as early marriages, teenage pregnancy, the mayor alluded to that, school dropout, among others. Education also helps them make informed decisions about their lives, including decisions regarding their health and well-being. As you may be aware, education is a shared responsibility, and as such, the ministry partners with various stakeholders that include parents, that include private sector, that include foundation bodies such as faith-based organizations and communities, among others, in providing quality education and sports for all. Further to note, the ministry still emphasizes universal secondary education, USE, and universal post-O-level education and training, which is UPOLET, to create access to education for all learners who have completed P7 and Senior 4 to join schools. I therefore would like to commend all our stakeholders for the valuable contribution towards the education sector and urge you to continue supporting education of our children. Ladies and gentlemen, the practice of recognizing excellence, especially to individual persons, is not very common in most of our schools today. I therefore commend the school, this school, for this unique initiative. Madam Lucy, I commend you, which I'm certain will motivate teachers to achieve outstanding success and also our learners to aspire for excellence and be the best at anything they envision to be. I take this opportunity also to congratulate students who excelled both at UCE and USCE exams. I also congratulate the various categories of students who have been recognized today, including student leaders and those with exceptional talent, as well as staff who have been exemplary. We all know that excellence should be a lifelong pursuit to every next phase in your life. It shouldn't stop at today. I also want to commend all staff who have diligently served the school in various capacities, as well as others who are now transformed or have retired from the service. Their invaluable contribution to educate and nurture our children is an encouragement to those who desire to join similar service. To our learners, and I really say this all the time, to our learners, you are fortunate. You are very, very fortunate to be living in the best, really the best of times that we have seen. Times that offer unparalleled advantages. You have the privilege of various opportunities, abundant peace. There are rapid advancements in technology now. There is a very friendly curriculum, the lower secondary curriculum, among other blessings. With such favorable opportunities at your disposal, it is now solely within your power to attain the levels of success that you aspire to achieve. On our part, we can only guide you and we can only pray for you. To our student leaders and the rest of the learners, excellence should be a lifelong pursuit, like I said earlier. I'm therefore happy to be here today to recognize all this. And I want to congratulate the new leaders and also thank the outgoing leaders for the work that they did. To the incoming student leaders, I wish you all the best in your term as leaders of this great school. And those handing over, like I said when I was there, please continue to lead beyond this and continue to influence others to lead from your experience. Ladies and gentlemen, we are aware that we cannot move ahead as a country without fostering spiritual growth among our learners. We had some of our learners confirm today, and I want to thank you, my Lord, for presiding over that. I was also a beneficiary of baptism and confirmation at secondary. I was baptized at secondary school and also confirmed. So I want to appreciate that moment also. We believe that it is through paying attention to the spiritual aspects that will help our youth preserve our morals, our values, our beliefs and cultures, more especially in the current environment that is permissive and infiltrated by behaviors that do not conform to our values as Africans. I therefore congratulate those who are confirmed today for the step they have taken in strengthening further their faith in God and their allegiance to the Anglican faith. The ministry, through the leadership of the First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, will continue to pursue its mandate of providing quality education and sports services in the country, which are the constitutional obligations for government. As we do this, I wish to highlight some key policies that we are implementing in line with our mandate. One of the key policies that I already alluded to is the lower secondary curriculum. The ministry rolled out a competence-based curriculum for lower secondary education in 2020, and the pioneer class is now in senior 3, as Madame Lucy mentioned. This curriculum is aimed at addressing the human resource gaps and equipping learners with employable skills. We strongly believe that each learner has a unique potential that can be nurtured to enable each of them achieve their potential, full potential. I'm pleased to note that this school has embraced the new curriculum And I urge the teachers, parents, and guardians to support learners in all their projects and research work. The second policy is provision of instructional materials. As you are aware, the successful implementation of this curriculum requires significant investment in both teacher training and instructional materials. In this regard, we procured books. I take note that the books delayed, and I will not go into the technicalities, but some of the reasons for the delay were really global. You'll be surprised that the war in Ukraine had a hand in this. There was a shortage of shipment capacity. There was a shortage of paper globally, which books require, and those are some of the reasons. Of course, with the usual budget shortfalls that require sometimes us to request for supplementary, but those are some of the reasons. But I'm aware that we are now distributing the books, and I'll request the head teacher to give me an update if these books have not yet reached, because I'm aware that a lot of distribution of these books is going on now. The other policy that we are implementing is the rollout of the Education Management Information System, which we embarked on last year, and I'm sure you're aware of this. This is a web-based one-stop center for all data and management information for education. The system will improve our planning, our data capture for learners and teachers at school level, and track the progress of each learner throughout their academic journey. And you may have heard us requesting that you go and get national identity card and identification numbers during the holidays. That is part of the process of EMIS, and it will help us really plan for our learners in a better way and in a more, structured way. I want to urge the parents and stakeholders in both government and private education institutions to ensure that learners are registered on EMIS. And we're talking about refugees and asking for numbers. Even the refugees are supposed to be registered on this EMIS. And if we are fully up to date with EMIS at this school, we should know the number of refugees that we have, the number of learners. So we urge you really to embrace EMIS and to ensure that parents and guardians also avail their national identification, because it's upon this that each child will also receive a learner identification number. And I think this is information that you can get from the district inspector or the district education officer, because they are really the heart of EMIS at the district level. The other policy that government is implementing is the Teacher Effectiveness and Learner Achievement System. The ministry rolled out the TELA system in all government-aided schools and certificate awarding institutions to address teachers' time on task and attendance, because we know that absenteeism has been one of the biggest problems in the sector. And this TELA system was put in place to address that, teacher absenteeism, and whether they are actually doing what they should be doing at the school when they come in at 8 and leave at 5 or around that time. The TELA therefore monitors attendance of head teachers and teachers in school and their presence in the classroom. We would like to congratulate and thank the local governments that have embraced this system to ensure that the schools are compliant, and also to urge you to support the implementation of TELA. The other that we're implementing is the electronic inspection. Electronic inspection has also been rolled out to all schools, and our inspectors are required to use electronic inspection to inspect schools. And this is also meant to improve efficiency and effectiveness of inspection, and we are now able to get reports real time. We have provided inspectors with the tablets and they are able to input information at the school, and we receive it directly at our offices. So we also require that the districts utilize this system to monitor the district inspectors. We also have another very, very important policy we are implementing, which is the Uganda Secondary Expansion Project, USIP. I think you have heard of it, it's not new. Last year, we started a project, and this project is a World Bank funded, and it's intended to construct and equip 116 new secondary schools in line with the policy of one secondary school per sub-county. So I'll somehow answer the mayor's plea that we are implementing by adding more schools at the sub-county level, and also I'm told Pandwong School is under the USIP, so I think I've answered you on that. It is going to be handled as one of the seed schools under this project, which started last year. And under this USIP project, we are also renovating 84 schools in refugee hosting districts. We are also expanding, we are expanding 61 secondary schools in refugee hosting communities, in addition to the 116 new schools we are constructing. Under UGIFT, there's another policy of Uganda Intergovernmental Fiscal Transfers Program, which is the UGIFT. Under UGIFT, also in line with the one school per sub-county, one secondary school, we are constructing 259 seed secondary schools in 3 phases. In the first phase, we constructed 117. We are now in the second phase, where we are constructing 115 schools, and the third phase is under procurement. We are going to add an additional 27 schools. So all in all, really, government is doing a lot to ensure that we provide schools at the sub-county level. The other policy is the Global Partnership for Education, commonly known as ULAN. The ministry is in the process of implementing the Global Partnership for Education, and the program has been tailored to improve teaching and learning in early grade reading, in enhancing equitable access to improve the learning environment. It is also meant to boost EMIS, the Education Management Information System. Under this project, we will be having 100 traditional secondary schools expanded and rehabilitated. And I would like to report that Okot Memorial College is one of the schools, one of the 100 schools that will benefit from the ULAN or GPE program that will be rehabilitating and expanding 100 schools. I urge therefore stakeholders to support the maintenance of school infrastructure so that schools stand for more years and educate many more learners. We as government will support, but we also urge you to work on maintenance. The final policy I would like to hint on, maybe slightly, is the teacher policy. We are all aware that government is implementing the national teacher policy, which took effect in 2019. And the teacher policy aims at enhancing teacher professionalism and standards, and also aims at streamlining the management of teachers. This policy, if fully implemented, will yield outcomes that will benefit both the teacher and the learner, and ultimately socio-economic development. It's under this teacher policy really that we want to see that teacher really built to the level of a degree. And some of our PTCs will be providing that support. And government is planning to support those teachers to degree level over the period that we have provided to professionalize them. And I think that has already begun. So all in all, there are many reforms and many other reforms coming to support education. And we plead and request that our stakeholders support us, the faith-based organizations, school management, and all other stakeholders really work together with education to support these policies and reforms. Many issues have been raised by the head teacher. Many issues have been raised by the Lord Mayor. Many issues have been raised by you, my Lord Bishop, on staffing, on infrastructure, on laboratories, and on confirming those teachers that are acting. We've already made many steps to confirm the teachers acting. We had a meeting with the Education Service Commission, and we'll soon be embarking on that in a very deliberate way, because we also know that we have a shortage of head teachers. So we can only do that by advancing those below. So that is underway, and staffing is also underway. Government provided some funds. You are aware that we recruited 4,000 teachers. And because of the enhancement of scientists, the wage bill was reduced because of that enhancement. So some teachers remained undeployed. This financial were given resources, and this July we have started deploying those teachers that were outstanding last year. So staffing, we want to also confirm to you that we shall provide the staffing, Madam Lucy. And the other issues the Mayor has raised, other issues of infrastructure, we shall continue to discuss. Computers I have heard, we shall continue to discuss these and see how to handle them in a phased manner, because we are already executing the budget for the financial year 23-24. I'll therefore stop at that and say finally, or last but not least, that I would like to thank the Board of Governors, the PTA, the school management, the staff, the parents, old and present students, for the great job that you're doing. A lot has been done, but we are still expecting more. So we hope for even better results as you work towards implementing whatever you're implementing at this great school. I would like to thank you once again and to congratulate once again the various categories of students and teachers who have been recognized today. And I wish you all the best as you pursue your life's purpose. I thank you all for listening to me, and I wish us all a very, very wonderful continuation of this Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for God and my country. Thank you.
Bless this cake, which is going to be cut to symbolize all the achievement in Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you. There they cut. We are going to count from 3 to 1. 3, 2, 1.
Congrats.
Then the BOG, chairperson BOG on the stage. Yes. Water Recon and Water Agriculture Department, please. The chief guest, there's the plans. Yes. Water. Yes. These plants we are planting in memory of this day. Celebrant. Then the third one will be for the desk officer. Sharing can, please. The watering can.
Absent for the water. They have got for water.
My Lord Bishop is planting his tree. So the second tree is for my Lord Bishop. Yes? I think guys will distribute yourselves into who is going to water which one. You can divide ourselves into 5 groups. Yes?
The watering zone.
Thank you so much. We are now going into the third tree, the fourth one.
My man, have you taken the picture?
Enough.
Which class are you?
That's enough.
What's your name?